took a chance and sold and gave away everything that I owned to experience some much needed adventure in my life. So I'd like you to come along and experience it all with me every step of the way. On my channel, Narrowboat Cruising and Lifestyle. Morning YouTubers, jump on quick because I'm going to take you on a little cruise. That's something I haven't been able to say for a while. The main reason for the journey is to get to Willow Wren's boatyard in Hill Moulton so that I can have some badly needed work done to Aitch and get him up to scratch. But while I'm on the move for the first time in ages, and I've got loads of enthusiasm, I thought I'd take you on a little cruise and show you from Compton to Napton on the Oxford Canal and what it looks like this time of year. I've been waiting here at Compton for a couple of weeks because there's been a bridge being built for the HS2, like the high-speed rail link, and they shut the canal down, or there was a closure there. I don't know if you saw the previous video to this one, but I'm actually running off of a jerry can, using it as a fuel tank. So I haven't got a lot of range on my way to Hill Moulton. So there'll be a lot of stopping and starting, as I have to keep replenishing the fuel tank or the jerry can. And I'll show you how I do that later on in the vlog. If you look up into the distance, you can just about see the cranes where they're building the bridge. The boatyard did say to me when I get past the closure where they're building the bridge, let them know, and that will give them a chance to book me in for a day or so to get the work done. You must have noticed, especially those on the back here with me, that this part of the Oxford is very twisty and turny. There's no locks here, so it's following the contours, and you end up probably travelling double the distance than you would as if you was going in a straight line. And that was the downfall of this canal when it was as a business. But that shouldn't matter so much nowadays, as it's, well, nearly all, 99.9% used as a leisure canal. Just gone through the old bridge, and now we're looking at a new modern bridge. Does the job, but it looks a bit soulless, I'd say. It doesn't look a lot different to what it did when I come through here some months ago. So I don't know what all the shutdown was for. Seeing that big scar on the land where they're building the bridge, and then within 2 seconds it's beautiful again. probably going to upset a few people here. What I've seen of the Oxford is beautiful, but after say the first 5-10 miles it sort of stays the same. You don't see a lot of changes, all looks the same. Unlike other canals, different towns change, different scenery, and there's always little surprises. But that's only my opinion. There's probably a lot of others out there that don't agree. Leave a comment. I don't know about you lot on the back here with me, but I can't wait to get this work done and get going up the northern part of the Grand Union and to see some different scenery and different things. Plus the weather is going to be much more suitable soon for painting a boat, which I'm going to start doing on Aitch. So you're probably going to end up with quite a few videos of painting a boat. I don't know how some of you will get on with that. Some of you might not like it. Some of you will love it. But what I am going to do, I'm still going to be moving, because I'm still continuously cruising while I'm doing that. So there'll still be plenty of time for cruising videos and things like that. Plus having a look round and discovering stuff about the places that we're going through. My favourite thing, really. I've been travelling along a fair old distance now, or time, on this jerry can of fuel. I'm starting to think that I'm going to have to pull over somewhere and check out and see how much fuel I've got and fill it up. But as you can see, most of the places we're going by you can't really moor because of the rocky towpath side. If I do run out of fuel while I'm going along, I'll have to somehow get the mechanic out again to get me all started. I've just seen a bit of Armco on the bend before this bridge. It's not the best of moorings, but I'm going to have to pull over here now out of necessity. What I do is I'm taking fuel out of the tank, but what I'm actually doing is I'm only using the top 3 inches of the fuel. I've got like a vacuum pump here that pumps it out. All the contamination will be down at the bottom of the tank, so we should be okay just taking off the top. See it slowly filling up down the bottom there. You see like the dark pink. Here's a little temporary look at the Heath Robinson system that the mechanic set up for me to get them back to their boatyard. And I'll just put the funnel in there and fill what I've pumped out from that container on the vacuum pump into the jerry can. And I'll keep my fingers crossed that that'll get me to the boatyard where they can completely clean out the proper fuel tank. You get a lot of these blind bends coming up under bridges on this canal, so you can't really see what's coming up from the other way until the last second, so you've always got to be aware. There was a couple of times on this little journey when I didn't have the camera running that I had a few close calls. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but what I do try to do is not panic when you get in them sort of situations. And some of the people in the other boats that I was getting close to panicked a little bit, but we got through it. I hope you lot on the back here are enjoying it today, and you're nice and relaxed, and this is taking all the stress of your day away, and I enjoy your company too. That's one way to do it, but I don't think I'd enjoy the being trapped there bit. But at least this gives some people a home, I suppose. Right, we're coming up to the village of Marston Dolls, and the first lock in a flight of 9 down to Napton. While I was out sorting the lock out, this other boat turned up, and luckily enough the fellow on the boat came and gave me a little hand. Seems a bit of a strange place to put a lock, but it's tucked away on the left here on this bend. If you intend on doing this narrowboating yourself, I've found that it's always best to just take your time. Don't let people try and rush you, and don't feel that you've got to rush. I don't intend on doing all 9 locks today, but I'll do a few and find somewhere nice to moor up. I've had a few subscribers get in touch with me and tell me that YouTube has unsubscribed them. So do us a favour and just check that you're still subscribed, and if they have took you off, just resubscribe again. Thanks for that. The other gentleman there said go back to the boat and he'll do the rest. But I always have to do something, even if it ain't much help at all. But I just lifted the paddle on the gate there. Looks like I'm not being too lazy. I'm one of them people that finds it hard to take help. I don't know why. It's how I was brought up, I suppose. There's an old redundant arm there that used to go up to a pumping house. All it's used for now is moorings. Looks very peaceful down there, but very rural, I'd say. Well, we ended up mooring about 3 locks down. Still left another 6 to go, but it's a lovely little mooring. The only problem is the neighbours. They keep trying to bully us. I'm not impressed with that, and nor is Ashby, come to think of it. It seems like every time we come out of the boat or walk down the towpath, they start harassing us. It's a pair of swans that must have made a nest close to where we're moored up, and this time of the year they get like double aggressive. This is the smaller one of the two that's having a go at Ashby at the moment, which I take as the female. But I've got to be a bit careful. You know what they're like nowadays. If you misgender someone or something, we don't want to end up like J.K. Rowling, do we? Ashby's being very sensible about it. He's not backing down, but he's just keeping out of the way, because they've got sharp beaks. I've just heard a bit of a commotion going on, so I've come out to see what's happening out here. Oh dear, the male's turned up now, and he's big and even more aggressive. Good job I've got my little doorman here though. I'd imagine if I could understand dog language, he's saying, "You're not on the list, you're not coming in." I think I'll have to get him a little bow tie and a tuxedo. Thank you all very much for supporting the channel and buying us a coffee. And thanks to all the members. Very special people, I think. And if you got this far, please give me a little thumbs up, or if you liked it, even subscribe. I'll see you next time.